सो गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीबॉडी, माई सेल्फ आचार्य विश्वेंद्र। आज एक टॉपिक आपसे डिस्कस करूँगा विच इज़ स्टडी पैटर्न्स फॉर जेई एंड नीट बाय आचार्य विश्वेंद्र वेस्ली मी। तो इसकी ज़रूरत मुझे क्यों पड़ी, उसका पर्पज़ है सबसे पहले आप अपने आप से पूछें कि स्टडी हम क्यों करते हैं, वाई वी स्टडी। तो इसमें दो तरह के एक्सट्रीम्स आंसर आएंगे। जो बहुत सीधे हैं बच्चे, वो कहेंगे पढ़ने का पर्पज़ है नॉलेज लेना। अब क्वेश्चन आते हैं नॉलेज किसके बारे में है। आप कुछ भी अगर पढ़ रहे हैं, इट्स एन इन्फॉर्मेशन, वो अबाउट हूँ। तो इन्फॉर्मेशन आप किसी माउंटेन के बारे में लें, किसी ग्लेशियर के बारे में लें, किसी सेल के बारे में लें, किसी टिश्यू के बारे में लें, अल्फा हेलिकल स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में लें, डीएनए के मॉलिक्यूल के बारे में लें, बोहर ने जो बताया था एटम के बारे में लें, न्यूक्लियस के बारे में लें, न्यूक्लियर फोर्सेस के बारे में लें, इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फोर्सेस के बारे में लें, ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्सेस के बारे में लें, बेंजीन रिंग के बारे में लें, रेजोनेंस स्टेबलाइजेशन के बारे में लें, फ्री रेडिकल मैकेनिज्म के बारे में लें। तो ये मैंने बहुत से डाइवर्जिंग टॉपिक्स आपसे डिस्कस किए, बट अल्टीमेटली ये सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन नेचर की हैं। नेचर में जो हो रहा है, जो इवेंट्स नेचर में घट रहे हैं, और इवेंट्स में न्यूक्लियर स्केल से लेके और अप टू द कॉस्मिक लेवल जो भी इवेंट्स घट रहे हैं, सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन उन इवेंट्स के बारे में है। सो अल्टीमेटली वट एवर नॉलेज वी हैव गैदर्ड, इट्स ऑल अबाउट द नेचर, एंड नेचर इंक्लूड्स एवरीथिंग इंक्लूडिंग अस ऑल्सो। आपका ब्रेन, आपका माइंड, उनका कोऑर्डिनेशन, आपका कॉन्शियस, सबकॉन्शियस, अनकॉन्शियस माइंड, आपके थॉट्स, आपके एंजाइटी, एवरीथिंग इज अबाउट द नेचर, बिकॉज वी आर ourselves द पार्ट ऑफ द नेचर। उसी में सब कुछ है। सो जो नॉलेज है, इट्स ऑल अबाउट द नेचर। और नेचर को भी अगर आप डिकोड करें कि नेचर के बियॉन्ड क्या है जिसने नेचर बनाया, तो इसका साइंटिफिक तो कोई आंसर है नहीं। इट्स स्टिल थिंग्स आर गोइंग ऑन, बट माइथोलॉजिकली देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज द परब्रह्म। तो वैदिक जो एक माइथोलॉजी है, उसमें है कि एवरीथिंग इज़ द परब्रह्म विच इज़ एवरीवेयर, एवरीथिंग इज़ इनसाइड इट। अब उन्हें आप गॉड कहें, परब्रह्म कहें, ईश्वर कहें, वर्ड्स में भी मैनी, बट देयर इज़ समथिंग विच कंटेन्स द एंटायर यूनिवर्स, एंड द एंटायर यूनिवर्स स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम दैट, इट इज़ विद इन दैट, एंड इट विल वेनिश विद इन दैट। इसको आप ऐसे समझें जैसे एक मकड़ी जब एक जाला बनती है, तो जो जाले का जो मटेरियल है वो अपने अंदर से ही निकालती है, उसी में वो रहती है, और एंड में उसी को वो नष्ट कर देती है, और जाला ख़त्म हो जाता है लेकिन मकड़ी बच जाती है। तो परब्रह्म इज़ लाइक दैट, वट एवर वी सी एज द इन द यूनिवर्स, इवन एट द कॉस्मिक स्केल्स, it's just a manifestation of the Parbrahm in different permutations and combinations, but still there are certain things, certain rules at the quantum level which are always determined by the Parbrahm. Nobody can control the laws, nobody can change the laws, but you can just observe the laws if the frequencies of your mind-brain system resonates in the gamma spectrum. So this is all about the knowledge. I explore that in detail, and that is said there is a trio of Gyata, Gyan and Kye. Gyata is the knower, Gyan is the knowledge, and Kye is what you know about that. So whatever is happening to us, it's just a trio of Gyata, Gyan and Kye. So this is related to the knowledge at the very extremes level, at the very philosophical level, at the very basic and fundamental level. Now let's come to the practical aspect of this. So why we study is for a practical student who is bold enough, he just know that he is just studying so as to fetch a job, or the skills you can say. And for fetching a job, you need to appear to competitive exams like JEE, NEET or CAT for admissions to IITs and IITs, government funded institutions and IIMs, which are the topmost institutions of our country. And there is a good probability that if you are you can enter into these colleges, then certainly you can earn name, fame and money. So at least there is a good start, inception level is good. So there is a good probability of doing good in life if you are able to crack the competitive exam. And because of this, there is a need of performing under high pressure. And you need to have high performance skills under extremes of pressure. And always do remember, more is the pressure, more is the gain. Pressure means number of students are more. For example, in jee-neet only about 2% students are able to get through. So rest of 98 are even not able to clear or crack the exam. So this explains the complexities of the process, the high pressure conditions and the high performance skills which are needed to crack these exams. That's why I named that study patterns. So random study is not going to work. Just develop the patterns of studying. Entire universe is following certain patterns, and those patterns are assumed to be omnipresent. They were always there, they are, and they will be as it is. You can manipulate the space and time coordinate, but the fundamental patterns of universe remains the same, whatever may be the situations. So knowledge is about decoding those fundamental patterns which are not changed under any circumstance, and that is what we call as the knowledge. Because if we talk about human beings are too manipulative. We feel something else but we say something else, and often the information given by a human is manipulated with emotions. A human is because of the impact of emotions, he just give you that information which is of some use to you, which will make his life easier. So to fetch the true information is a very hectic task as per a human is concerned. So you need to find the study patterns which help the students to crack competitive exams. That is why I choose to discuss on this topic explicitly. Now analyzing the syllabus, so JEE and NEET both are comprising of 3 subjects, and there is a test of 3 hours duration. If NEET is concerned, there are 79 chapters. In JEE, because in math there are some more chapters, but approximately that will be about 79 chapters also. These 79 chapters makes up 6000 A4 size pages, and out of those 6000 A4 size pages, only 25 to 30 pages information come in the exam. So there is a ratio of 30 to 6000, or 1 is to 200, or 0.005, or a 0.5% probability. So that means what you are studying, there is a probability only of 0.5% that it will come in the exam. Assuming that you are studying in a contemplative way, in a comprehensive way, so that you know everything about the fundamental concepts, the basic, even to the higher dimensional applications of a particular topic. So that explains the complexity of the process. And because of that accuracy and precision, there is a high stress level. Now, for visualizing this, just assume this is a student, this is his brain, this is the mind, and they communicates, brain and the mind communicates via the brain waves. And these brain waves have, they can be, you can say that, analyzed in terms of low frequencies and high frequencies. And there has to be a switching from low frequency to the high frequency, or from high frequency to the low frequency. So the entire turning point here is the switching mechanism of changing frequencies of the brain waves. So brain waves, as per EEG experts, they have been categorized into 5 types: alpha, beta, gamma, delta and theta. So whatever we feel, whatever our mind feel, it is because of frequencies of the brain waves. When you are in deep sleep, the frequencies are at lowest, delta, and it corresponds to the death also. There are no changes. You are just, in another, in the worst brainwave spectrum. Whereas when you become highly enlightened, you become thoughtless, you become highly aware of everything going on inside you, that corresponds to the gamma spectrum. And life, as I feel, is just a shifting of frequency from low to the high. Just visualize yourself, just observe your mind, just observe your emotions. So how your emotions fluctuates throughout the day, how something can make you happy, you feel in a different way. You feel positive feelings like excitement, joy, pleasure, love, empathy, it's a different sort of feeling. On the other hand, if you talk about the negative emotions like fear, anger, depression, anxiety, excitement, hurry, these are a different type of feelings. And third is a neutral feeling, which is the art of silent observation, in which you just observe even your emotions. You just observe fear with a silent mind, without being deviated, without being distracted. So, all of these different experiences that we feel is because of difference of frequencies of the brain waves. And we do something so that the frequencies, or we feel only the positive aspects or only the positive feelings, or we are in a very defined spectrum of the brain waves. But nature doesn't work that way. Nature is dynamic, things are changing. So the efforts to make things static are against the nature. And that is root cause behind every pain and grief. Things are dynamic, everything is trying to adapt, trying to learn the art of frequency modulation. And you have to adapt to the art of manipulation, the brainwave frequency modulation. Only then you will be able to survive. So, inside us there is a continuous stimulus, you can say, which changes the frequencies of the brain waves. And I feel life is just a process to learn that brainwave frequency modulation. As if you observe life as it is, so as per Hinduism, as per Hindu mythology, there are certain energy chakras in the human body. A total of 114 chakras are there, out of which 7 are within the body itself, the main chakras. And chakras means frequency at which mind-brain system is resonating, frequencies of the brain waves. So it is said that when your frequencies matches with the highest chakra or the Sahasrara, then you are free from the matrix of the mind-brain system. You feel everything, you feel the secrets of the universe, just like a video is in front of you. And it is said that enlightened people like Gautam Buddha, or any maybe Prophet Muhammad Sahib, or anybody, or even Jesus Christ, it is said that they were taken into another dimension where God interacted with them as per their theories. But I feel it's just the switching of the frequencies from low to the high. And when the brainwave frequency switches to the gamma spectrum, your consciousness is at a level which is beyond physical dimensions. You feel things which you can't even imagine, which can't be explained by the mind-brain system, by the database of the mind-brain system. And that's why a normal person can't believe a person who was in gamma spectrum, whose brainwave frequencies was in gamma spectrum, and during that instant he felt something. But a normal person is not able to make his frequencies resonate at the gamma spectrum. His frequencies are lower, so he don't feel the higher dimensions of life. He's just concerned with survival and reproduction. So his thoughts, his energies are just to fulfill his desires of survival and reproduction. He may talk big, but internally his frequencies does not reach to that level. So that's why it's hard to believe a person who is able to touch the higher dimensions of life, or who is capable to see things beyond the physical dimensions of life. That's why the issue comes, and this you can visualize when you are appearing for exam during the high stress level. You directly feel the conflicts between flight mode and fight mode of the mind. You feel something inside you is trying to make you nervous, anxious, hurry. It's trying to make you in a state of fear. And there is something inside you who is trying to fight with all these negative emotions. And ultimately, a third stage comes, which is called the state of silent mind, in which you observe everything, even the emotional reactions which are happening within you, your flight and fight mode, and its dominance by you. So if you are able to get into that state of silent mind, you can certainly undergo highest performance, because it is observed by psychologists that there is a concept of optimal frequency. You can perform your best when your mind-brain system is resonating at your natural frequency, and which is different for everybody. So that is the secret of preparing for JEE and NEET, that know your optimal frequency, at what frequency you performs the best. And for knowing that frequency, I have designed a program with the name OST, which is a 21 days mind training program, which is all about knowing your optimal frequencies and trying to be within that optimal frequency when you are under performance, you are in the test, or you are in doing something professionally. And I have observed it during when I was preparing for JEE. Then when I started working in Kota and reputed institutions, I observed thousands of students, their analysis, their performance, how they performed, what factors were influenced, how they were able to dominate their flight and fight mode. So I observed everything, and on the basis of my observations, I developed this book, OST. It's available on Google. You can search it, OST by Acharya Vishvendra, Google, Amazon, Flipkart, Notion Press. There are my videos on that also, OST by Acharya Vishvendra. You can search it in YouTube videos. So all of this discussion is related to make you familiar with the cause of emotional conflicts when you are undergoing high performance, or you are appearing for your exam, or you are appearing for, let's say, JEE and NEET or any other competitive exam. So certainly you will feel a difference, a different type of feeling, a different type of brainwave frequencies, and to manage that you need to adapt, get yourself adapted to the change in brainwave frequencies. Because once you have learned to be adaptive to the changes, to the changing brainwave frequencies, you are able to manage the switching of various functions of the brain, like information fetching, visualizing, solution designing, deep thinking, analytical skills. So if you can learn the art of changing the frequencies within a limited time, and you can put those tasks into a series combination, then certainly you are going to perform good. You are going to crack your competitive exams with flying color and earn name, fame and money in life. So this was a brief discussion regarding the study patterns. In a nutshell, let me to remind you once again, entire universe is following patterns. Similarly, there are secret study patterns for preparing for JEE and NEET, and that secret pattern is about changing the frequencies of the brainwaves from low to high. And I have written one book, OST by Acharya Vishvendra, which deals explicitly with this thing. Soon I'm going to start a mind training program on YouTube itself, which is a 21 days mind training program, in which we'll train your mind brain system for 9 minutes just before going to sleep, so that you can learn the better coordination of brain and the mind, and especially the linking between the three levels of the mind and their interaction with the brain in a real-time environment. And if you will be able to bear the 21 days training program, then on 22nd day there will be change in your mind brain system. There will be better mind brain system. You will be able to perform better, You will be able to manage your emotional conflicts while you are undergoing high performance, and that will be a boon to you. However, if you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Thank you and have a nice day.